So all this looks really rough right now because it's all temporary. This, I'm fixing to, there'll be a new run. It'll all look nice when I get done with it. I had to do this kind of temporary. My wife had this before I met her. She had this chicken coop, and they're great. Just a couple of chickens, a few chickens, and as you can tell, the bottom it was set on the ground when they got it, and so the bottom's all rotten. But I'm gonna stick some beams through there in the future, pick it up, rebuild the whole bottom, and just set that top back down on top of it and make it look good. And well, I mean, as you can see by some of my work, it's gonna look good to me, I guess. But so I'll show you this, and this is how we merge our chickens. We got the old chickens we just talked about. The new chickens, a buddy of mine sold his house, and where they moved, they can't have chickens. So the one I'm concerned about is that big rooster right there. I didn't want to leave him there, and but we had to bring him here. So we already have one rooster, and I can imagine how that's going to go. But basically the top of this loft is what we have reserved for. And there's the pipe feeders I built. There's a video on those. They work great. The guy on YouTube showed that. And there's just a little drum right here that I got cleaned out, and put a little thing from Lowe's in there, PVC pipe, and it's got those little red nipples that they peck at and water comes out. I like those better than the bowl type. I don't know, this seems like the bowl type. I've used those before, and sometimes they get like, you got to clean those out every so often, and the way I got it rigged up, you can't really get in there and clean anything out. But the ones they peck the little metal nipple on, just water comes out under pressure, so it doesn't really get dirty. So I just prefer those, and it's patched up and stuff because of the goats. Like right here on the front, I had to add that wood in that because the goats wanted to run down the side and rub the fence, and there's no wood that's attached at the bottom. But here's the loft that we have reserved for baby chickens, and when we introduce chickens. So it'll only hold just a few chickens, and four's maybe a little bit much for that. But so we put them in there and drop the door down. When they go in there and roost tonight, we'll drop the door down, let these or this evening, let these other chickens in. They'll roost in the new coop, which is an old playhouse. I'm still having to do repairs to, but it's good and solid on the inside. So today it's gonna be a different video, but I'm fixing to put layer boxes on the outside right here on this end, because obviously it's playhouse, it's not a chicken coop by design. And I'll wind up putting the feeder and water and stuff down here as well, but I'm gonna leave that other for introducing new chickens. So like I say, they'll go in here tonight, everybody will roost. In the morning, the older chickens will go out that way like they always do to go out. I'll close the door, open the hatch, let the new chickens in. We're gonna do that for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, maybe a week, depending on, right now it's just been one day, and they're already going at the fence at each other here and there, but it's calmed down a bunch. I didn't get any of that on video because I was out here working, getting set up for all this. So, but that's how we do it. We just keep them separate. It works great for us. Even when we raise babies in the top loft, they grow and get bigger. When they get big enough to start introducing them, we just open the trap door and let them come down. If you have any questions, I'm sure there'll be 100 comments, but leave me a comment. Like and subscribe. It's my first one, but I got a lot of stuff planned. I'm gonna be building that, fixing that new run, a lot of work to do on the new coop. So hit that like button and subscribe.